Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Operates his own cattle operation up there with seed stock operation, also commercial cattle. Well-known livestock judge and also livestock judging team coach. So we're certainly glad to have Mr. Duello with us again this year. And Blake Nelson just walked up from Conner State College. I want to say thank you to him and his crew for helping in the ring this year. Again.
Sure sets himself up.
Here for our champion in ring one, just a real nice group of heifers. A little bit of variation in type here because you have some different breeds and different combinations that make up those breeds, and then certainly have some differences here in frame. This heifer that won the first class, I commented on her that she'd be as big as All Outdoors if she continued with that growth curve that she has. And it's very obvious in this championship lineup she could whip down to about the 5th class and be pretty competitive in there. But that's a really nice heifer, but she's just really big, folks. If I would have had anything in that class to whip in there in that first hole that could run close with her, I'd done it. But I bet when you saw this first class, you said, man, he's going to like big ones. But I like good ones, I'll put it that way. I don't care what the frame is, but I sure didn't want to send the message I was going to use a big one. But in that class, I just had to. I didn't have any other alternative. But she's a really nice heifer, again, a little bit softer in her top. She wants to be softer down her top than I'd like. A real feminine heifer the next lady has in the lineup, really long fronted, a lot of continuation out through that front end. Heifer very clean and trim in that underline area. She's a little bit steeper rump than I'd like for her to be. She has a lot of length in her rump, but a little bit more steepness than I'd like. The Breno heifer in the middle, a nice heifer, has some depth of body, easy fleshing, good doing type heifer. Maybe wants to get those hind legs up under her just a little bit. She's carrying plenty of condition. You see down in her brisket area, she's got a lot of fat there already being deposited. The heifer next in line, the 4th class winner, another real nice BeefMaster heifer. Lots of depth to her, has some spring about her, needs to be a little bit leveler from hooks to pins. The black heifer is a really nice heifer, very feminine, very balanced. A heifer that's nice on her feet and legs when she walks and travels. Young lady's not the most powerful stick on her. She doesn't get her set sometimes the best, but this heifer has the most balance regardless of the position that she presents herself in. But I like her. I like the way she walks. She might be a little bit heavier up through her brisket than I'd like ideally, but you let her get bred and belly down, it'll really balance her out. This heifer's a little bit monkey mouth, just a nickel if you want to nitpick her some, and I'd like to change that on her. Standing still, the last heifer is a heifer that wins it quite easily. She's a heifer that has a lot of balance to her. She's got a lot of femininity to her. She could have just a tick more udder about her. She's not quite showing as much udder development as I'd like, but the young lady said she was definitely bred, but she was pasture bred, so we didn't know exactly her expected calving date. But she's the right kind. Where she gives me a little bit of trouble or concern is that front end. When she comes towards you, she really wants to be a tad pigeon-toed. And I'll probably take a little bit more toeing out than I will that turning in. And in this ring, boy, if you have any foot problems now, these folks up here now at the OYE, they got this, you're going to have good feet to do good here, and because it'll really jump out at you. But I like her. The heifer I like a lot, though, to win it. She's the soundest, most balanced, be the black heifer out of the 5th class. She'll be the grand champion. Congratulations to this young lady. We bring in the heifer that was second to her that the young man had that did a real nice show in his heifer. She's a real deep-bodied, heavier conditioned heifer. You'll see when she walks in, she wants to be a little bit steeper in her rump. She wants to drop her pins just a little bit and get those hind legs tucked up under ever so slightly. She's nice and correct on her front feet, but just like the change her there off that pin, she'll get those legs both stickle hocked and drop those pins. Now when he gets her set up, you watch when he walks her in here, he'll really get her set up well, and he'll hit her on that top and level her out, and she gives you that nice side view profile. And that's where she tempts you just a little bit to think where she could walk in and be the reserve champion pretty easily, because he does a good job getting her set. You see him hit that back and level her out. That's what you need to do. The heifer's too not to be in the blue somewhere. That young lady, She said, you know, she does have a good level flat back. She'll be the heifer on the end. She's a real nice heifer. She was sounder up front. You'd have had the blue, young lady. Come get the reserve. Congratulations to you.
Your champion, American